Welcome to the latest episode of Hospetalk. Today, we are honored to host Mr. Puneet Chaudhry. He is the General Manager of Radisson Blu Hotel, Paschim, Vihar. Today, we dive into the world of hospitality leadership with 25 years of rich experience at VL. From ITC Hotel Moria to Imperial to Sheraton to General Manager roles at prestigious Radisson Blu properties in Delhi. His vast expertise in front office operations and hotel leadership has shaped the guest experience at some of the finest hotels in the country. Get ready for a masterclass on hospitality leadership and let's listen, learn and lead together. First thing first, sir, thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome to Hospetalk, the hospitality podcast show. So my first question to you is, sir, tell us about your journey. How did it started?
Thank you, Vikas. Firstly, I'm delighted to become part of Hospetalk, and I think sharing my experience with you, maybe some youngsters may get influenced, and maybe there is some amount of positivity they will gain from this podcast. So thank you for that opportunity. I have now my learning experience has been for 25 years in the industry.
Wow.
I started my career after graduating from Hotel Management College of Lucknow, IHM Lucknow. I started with the ITC, started from a small town in Vadodara. After that, I moved to Morris Sheraton, where I started my journey as a front office associate, and then gradually I became lobby manager there. 7 years with ITC, and then I moved to Imperial Hotel in Delhi. Worked there for 3.5-4 years, and after that I moved into Radisson Hotel Group. And with Radisson Hotel Group, it's been splendid 15 years roughly.
Wonderful, and congratulations on such a wonderful journey, sir. Hope this continues. According to you, what does it take to get succeed in our industry?
There are a lot of qualities as an individual which you need to embrace and showcase as well. Patience, perseverance, you name it. I think all those qualities are required. I personally feel that after defense services, one of the most difficult industries, hospitals as well, but I think hospitality, specifically hotels or even airlines, but hotels you have to give a lot of patience. You need to be highly dedicated. You have to have that inner passion. You need to have those innate qualities to keep everyone focused. You have to keep your focus. You have to upkeep your health, and by health, I don't just mean physical health, also your mental health. So I think all of these are very important. And then there is a constant learning graph. You need to continuously remind yourself that my attitude has to be in the right place, because I'm here to serve, whether those are my external guests or my internal guests. If that thought of serving continues with you all the time, I think you will continue to do well in this industry.
आपके अकॉर्डिंग हमारी इंडस्ट्री का फ्यूचर कैसा है?
See, the industry is growing. We all read that there is a huge demand which is surging, and we are still not up for it in the sense. So, and post-COVID, of course, we know that there is this domestic consumption which has increased. The per capita income has increased. Disposable income is increasing.
Yes.
So this industry is the bench. I would say this industry is a backbone, as well as it's a very strong foundational industry, because whatever happens in the economy, hotels are required, travel is required. So whenever the economy is booming, and right now we know that India GDP is growing like never before, and so the hotel industry is going to perform extremely well. However, with this growth, like Spider-Man says, comes great responsibility. So we need to be very responsible towards our society, towards the population of not just India but global. That
Yes.
as an Indian hospitality, we should not lose our important aspects of service. We were known for service, and we should continue to concentrate that we give a very pleasant service to our guests. At the end of the day, any guest who comes to a hotel, he's looking for comfort.
Agreed,
So
sir.
we should be in a position to be mindful of that and never lose that upper hand, which we already have on a global scale.
25 years of massive experience, becoming one of the successful industry leader. वो अपनी जगह राइट, लेकिन एक लीडर बनने के लिए आई थिंक यू ऑलवेज नीड अ वेरी गुड टीम, अ हेल्दी टीम. सो व्हाट आर योर सीक्रेट्स टू कीप योर टीम हेल्दी एंड मेंटली into that they need to perform certain challenges, I mean day to day operations. So how do you keep, what are your secrets?
It's not a secret, it's just that you keep doing the right thing consistently on day-to-day basis. Each day there will be new challenges each day. And as far as my huge experience, as you mentioned, it's not huge. I'm still in my learning curve because hotel industry is all about learning. Every new day is a learning experience. Some process, some SOP will give you learning. Guest would give you learning. Your peers will also give you learning. So there is a learning curve which is there, and that is what makes this job very exciting. I won't call myself a leader because in the given times, the generations have changed. I feel I'm more of a colleague to all my subordinates who are at a lower designation today. Eventually, they will also rise up. So it's a hand in glove. No individual can ever run any company. No CEO or COO can ever run a company. But yes, I try my level best to channelize their energies, synergize there, and then it actually starts with amalgamating, and then we channelize, and then we ensure that their attitudes merge together, and together we achieve the yearly KPIs which company gives us. That's the main foundation. So we have to achieve our objectives, and no individual can do it. But yes, I keep them calm and I keep them composed, and I give them the targets, tell them give your best efforts. Results would automatically come.
Great. आजकल जो यूथ है हमारा, I mean the newcomers, I must say that they are pushing hard like anything to get the manager tag. So what was your feeling when you got eventually the first time when you started working as a manager?
So I'll first talk about Aajkal. This generation, I'm actually in awe of this generation, and we must adapt to them because we are history. They are the present.
Yes.
Today the current generation is present. The future generation will be the future present. We have to align ourselves because times have changed. Their aspirations are very high, but my only humble request to them is that hotel industry is all about experiences. Nothing can compensate. No theoretical knowledge. You have to ensure that you at least gain that minimum foundation, build a very strong foundation. Progress is a byproduct, whether it's designations or remunerations. So learning, attitude are the key aspects, and keep a lot of patience. Leave that rest of do your day-to-day job nicely. Leave the rest to your bosses, to your superiors. They will automatically, identify you. For me, I always worked with a mindset of, taking ownership. Even at my heydays, I think that my beginning foundation at my first hotel was very good. And I give all the credit to my seniors in that hotel. And when I started Maurya, ITC Maurya also, I had some amazing senior members and peers and colleagues. I think I learned from each of them. And it was never a rush for me. I think I was always at ease. And like I mentioned, responsibilities were bestowed upon me, and I tried to do my best.
ऐसा कुछ जो आप हमारी इंडस्ट्री में से चेंज करना चाहते हो?
There are many, but and any industry should, like I said, we must metamorphosize into the current times. The current generation needs remunerations. They need work-life balance, and I'm sure every hotelier talks about that. All those are the given things. So yes, there are changes required. The change can only happen when our mindsets change. And I think those mindsets are changing. The industry is changing at the right pace. At the end of the day, everything is about P&Ls. So if a unit is doing or a brand is doing well, I'm sure it will ultimately be passed on to the rank and file as well, to the entire hierarchy. Ours is a high capital intensive industry, and we must understand that at least in our industry, you get continuous growth every year. And the best part about our industry is that you will never be out of job. Irrespective which small town you're working, you'll always have a lodge to a 1-star hotel, to a guest house or a 5-star hotel to work. So if you tomorrow, after gaining certain amount of experience, you want to open your own venture, you want to work in a smaller property and you want to have a laid back life, everything is possible in our industry. You're never out of job. Globally, you're not never out of job actually, not just in India, but globally you'll find a job.
No, I think after COVID, I think our industry was like, we were like, जैसे कुछ हुआ ही नहीं था, and we were ready like anything.
And I wouldn't say the industry. What I read from many reports is, yes, India did very well in regaining its business position, I would say, and that happened because of the domestic consumption, like I mentioned earlier. So we had a lot of domestic travel, which we started calling revenge travel, staycations.
Yes, exactly.
That's settling down now, but I think that people understood post-COVID that travel and experiences are very important in their life. So instead of taking long breaks, now people have started going on long breaks as well, but they are not let going the small breaks
as well. I mean, usually the longer weekends and stuff.
Correct. So even if it's a one-night stay, they take their family because they realized that you need to spend time with your family, give that relaxation space to your spouse, to your kids.
Exactly.
So that's happening.
Moving to next question, according to you, describe an ideal hospitality professional.
I already mentioned that in my earlier comment that you need to be highly disciplined, first of all, well-groomed, perseverance, patience. But anyone who's very good in who's very good with relations with people, he will do well in this industry. The rest of the skills and knowledge can be acquired. Most critical is attitude, which I'm sure every hotelier tells you in each of their interactions with you. Attitude is the key. And attitude can only build on giving respect to all the colleagues you work with, whether it's rank and file or a senior manager. If you're giving respect, you're always looking after them, they will look after your guest, and they will also look after the company.
Consider me as an hotel management student for few minutes. अगर मैं आपसे एक क्वेश्चन पूछूं कि you've just mentioned well groomed, लेकिन क्यों जरूरी है well grooming? I mean, why?
See, again, there are concepts which have come up in hotels. So, like, if I were to interview you, my first thing would be, please get rid of your beard.
Absolutely.
But you see, there are hotels which are coming up with concepts where certain styles are allowed. But hotels are all about class, not about style. Style will die its natural death. Class will never. So hotels were always in that class, they always had that approach of being in the class division. And when a guest comes to your hotel, you should always be clean shaven, short hair, well dressed. Why? So that you're approachable. They see you as an aspirational place. People would come to hotel, guests would come to hotels to experience which they usually do not do outside of that hotel, right? Otherwise, if you're just wearing normal, they see all that outside, but they come to experience exactly that class in 5-star hotels or other hotels as well. So I think it's a very important aspect that grooming and discipline, you have to discipline yourself, and grooming is a very, very major part of it.
I'll tell you why I ask you this. Sure, I don't want to disclose the identity. a student from, he must be studying hotel management, and I got a very cute सा message mentioning कि सर मुझे मेरे कॉलेज वाले बोल रहे हैं ग्रूमिंग वो है, मैं इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग करके आया, वहाँ पे भी यही बोला जा रहा है आप अच्छे से ग्रूम नहीं रहते हो, ये नहीं सर ग्रूमिंग भी मैं सब कुछ कर रहे हैं, बट क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है? आई सेड आई जस्ट केप्ट लुकिंग फॉर द आंसर्स, बट आई थिंक you gave a very spot on answers that the class that won't go away anywhere.
See, people come for neat, clean places and hotels, right? Not a cluttered place. So just like a place should not be cluttered, it should be beautified. Yes. Similarly, we should always keep ourselves beautified.
Couldn't agree more with you.
Including the language we speak, the physiology we use. That is the reason conventionally we were even taught physiology in our training sessions, which of course has now we just allow, as long as the associates are engaging the guest, giving them a good experience. Sometimes we allow them to use whatever language they wish to use.
Since we are having a conversation on newcomers, what advice you would give to a newcomer to our industry?
They need to understand that this industry, the graphs are very different, and I tell this to as many newcomers who engage with me, that please do not come with some preconceived notions. Stop thinking about designations and the monetary benefits which you're going to get out of this job. This job is all about internal satisfaction. When you're meeting your employees or colleagues and you're meeting your guests, it's all about serving them. You derive that satisfaction by having a smile on their faces. You work hard, you stand, you're running around for what? Ultimately, the innate feeling should be that I need to get a smile from the guest I'm serving. Everyone has different tastes, different palates, different likes, dislikes. We need to understand each psychology of each individual guest and serve accordingly. Some guests prefer to talk a lot. They want to engage with the employees. Some guests do not want. We need to understand what privacy level they want, and accordingly, we give them. So, I would say the newer generation who comes to the industry, they should not be in a haste. They should come. They should come with the thought that I want to enjoy this journey.
Right.
Once you've built a very strong foundation, the growth will, anyway the industry's growth is giving faster today, so growth will come to you. But don't run after the growth. Run after excelling your abilities and improving your colleagues' abilities as well.
Very well said, sir.
Thank you.
Having the right attitude. हम बहुत बात करते हैं इसके बारे में. Right attitude होना चाहिए. Right attitude होना चाहिए. Why is it so important?
See, when we did our college, we learned so much. We learned about French course and all, but none of that got used as much. In fact, in today's day and age, most hotels are business hotels. So knowledge, anyway you can acquire. You can acquire skill levels as well. Attitude is something which you need to work, and these are things which someone else can give it to you. Attitude is not something someone else can give it to you. It comes to you naturally, and you need to work on yourself. No, people can guide you, but you need to constantly work on your conscious that I need to improve my attitude. I need to be respectful to everyone. As long as that feeling, that thought is always with you of respecting someone, your attitude will be in the right place. And industry, since we are in a people's industry, we are always serving someone, so the attitude is right. Just imagine that someone in defense forces has joined not to serve the country, but for some other reason. He will not be able to go through the hardships which their job entails. Similarly, our job also entails certain hardships, which could be physical or even mental. Those hardships can be overcome only with the right attitude. So attitude is the biggest motivator, and everyone should continue to excel in attitude. And I think I have some suggestion for some colleges that they should have special sessions just to build attitude at the college level. Have counselors who are building them, getting them ready for the industry once they step in.
moving to the next question, sir. According to you, is there is any movie or book you would recommend to any hospitality professional?
To be honest, there are many movies, and I pick bits and pieces, which are hotel related.
Right.
Some scene here, there. I've read a few books about management, but I think a visual appealing. I would name a movie. I think that inspires me and motivates me. There is a Hindi version which is also come. I've not seen that, but I've seen Sudarai Potru. It's on Deccan Airlines on Captain Gopinath. It's a lovely movie, and I think no matter how many times you watch that movie, you always get inspired to go after your dreams.
मैंने नहीं देखा, but I will definitely watch it now.
Yeah, it's a South Indian. It's a dubbed version I watched. It's a Sudarai Potru. It's an amazing movie.
Talking about your younger days now, right? So you went to IHM Lucknow. Then you must have done your industrial training or internship, and then you went back. So join किया था sir. Then you've done your internship, and then you went back. What was कुछ changes था आपके point of views में?
Oh, tremendous. Before I was exposed to the physical working in a hotel, I wanted to quit the industry. I was good in academics. I wanted to pursue higher studies, but my mother didn't allow me. So I went with, she told me complete this and then you can go on to do further studies. But when I stepped into the hotel, started my industrial training, and I worked very sincerely, learned so much. It was an amazing atmosphere there, very electric in those days. And I learned so much. I'll give you a very funny incident. When I came back to college, I remember our principal, Dr. Saxena. He was randomly asking all the students, what have you learned? Who would like to share your experience? What is the biggest thing you learned during your industrial training days? And I remember getting up and telling him, sir, I learned how to carry a sheet of paper. So he was very amused, and he says, what do you mean by that? And I explained him, and then he said, can you showcase it? So I actually walked with the A4 sheet in front of my entire batchmates. So I showed him how to carry a sheet of paper, and all thanks to my training managers in those heydays, who actually taught me that your finger marks should also not come on an A4 sheet when you're carrying it. So there's a certain way to carry it. Imagine such a small thing.
Yes.
But what an eye for detail. So that's something I would never ever forget. And that was my beginning of getting into, eye for detailing.
Done, sir. What does not exist in the world but you would like it to be? I mean, आप चाहते हैं कि वो exist करे? I've got quite funny answers for this. So
I won't say it doesn't exist. It's there, but I think it's gone on a decline because today we are too much into our, it's all about success of a business, data-wise. But I think compassion is something we should embrace more and more every day. When you have compassion, your service levels go up, whether it's with guests or when you're engaging with your colleagues. Compassion is, I believe, should always be there in our day-to-day lives, whether at personal life or professional life. It's a very important aspect which I feel should be there. You would only be able to understand, you would only be able to have empathy and give respect to the person in front of you when you're compassionate about, and you should be compassionate about your work, about your, colleagues, about your family, but that is, I believe, a key ingredient in any individual who pursues this industry or generally elsewhere.
Well said, sir. थोड़ा सा टेक्नोलॉजी की तरफ, राइट? AI बहुत बात हो रही है, बहुत शोर है. What is your take on it?
Again, it's good. It's a welcome change. We've seen, at least my generation has seen the radios to black and white TVs, so on and so forth. And today we have everything in the palm of our hand. Mobiles are there. Artificial intelligence, whatever we heard 20 years back in books are coming true today. We have to embrace it, and we have to use this responsibly again to be able to serve our lives better, make our lives better, whether at personal level. But again, with tech, a lot of responsibility comes. We keep hearing scams and this and that, and there's a lot of misuse as well. So as long as we are responsible, tech is a welcome change. It's something new for our generation. We are trying to adapt to it and become compatible to it. And it's something new, so obviously it's exciting.
ये मेरा फेवरेट क्वेश्चन है, मैंने जानबूझ के डाला है और आई एम श्योर ये सभी से पूछा गया है ना कि बड़े होकर क्या बनोगे. So what you used to say?
Actually, I used to not say anything. My father used to say, and I kind of thought, yes, that is what I will be. Because as a youngster, my interests were only in some hobbies and cricket, and like any young boy. He used to tell me that you'll become a judge. So at one point, once law as a subject came in my studies, I used to score full out of full. But eventually that was not to be. I think destiny had hoteliering in my fate, yes. So I'm enjoying this.
Any regrets?
Not at all. I think if you have regret, you can't work in this industry even for a single day. Every day is a new day, and that is what makes it exciting. So no regrets at all. In fact, I look forward to my rest of journey, and I hope that I never stop working in hotels till I'm here.
Moving to the next question, sir. Understand longer hours हैं, काम करना पड़ता है. So how do you keep the balance between professional and personal life?
Yes, there are long hours, but and a lot of hoteliers complain about it. So you have to strike a balance. The balance keeps tilting. Sometimes your work area is more important. You have to dedicate more time. Sometimes, okay, you give time to family as well. Kids are growing up. They also need time. But I think it's not an issue with me. Of course, the support from the family is there. Otherwise, it becomes extremely difficult. So it's not a problem because I don't see it as a problem. I think we should thank that we have time to work. People who don't have work, they're looking for work. We are, Almighty's graced us with work. So why should we think it's a stress or we need to do balancing? But yes, one has to understand when the balance needs to be tilted. So more towards work, but sometimes towards family as well.
आपको देखकर लगता नहीं कि आपको स्ट्रेस होता होगा, है ना? बट अगर होता है तो हाउ डू यू डील विद इट?
Why should I deal with it? Stress is not something I would like to keep. I want to get rid of it. So I don't want to manage my stress because I don't want it. So I never take stress. I get rid of it. Of course, I am a human being. Naturally, there will be challenges and you do get worked up, but I wouldn't call it a stress. And the moment it reaches that level where it's going a little high, I de-stress or decongest my thoughts. I think it's a mental game. So I get into my other areas of getting rid of, I get into meditation and all. So I don't think I need to manage stress. I get rid of it.
That's it. कोई ऐसी एक ऐप और टेक सोल्यूशन जो आप देखना चाहें हमारी इंडस्ट्री में?
Yes, someone probably will pick up this and start a business. I would like to see an app for employees, starting from rank and file. An app which can give you the entire knowledge, whatever is in all the hoteliering books, so that it's an easy search. This young generation is not into books. We all know that.
Yes.
So they're more into the mobile. So why not bring all those, instead of doing a search on YouTube or on Google, let there be an app where everything is there, freely available, so that they at least read that, learn, imbibe that in their work culture, thereby benefiting not only themselves, but the entire industry as a whole. So I think this app, if someone can build, would be a very great idea.
This is the last
and
question.
Keep it free of charge, like WhatsApp.
For sure. अगर ये आइडिया कोई इम्प्लीमेंट करेगा और मुझे पता लगा, I will certainly update you, sir.
I can
but
give.
it's a really nice one, I must say that.
I'm willing to even further give ideas on what. My services are there, free of charge.
Certainly. This is the last, interview question. This is a rapid fire.
Okay.
है ना? हम कोई गिफ्ट हैम्पर तो नहीं दे पाऊंगा. It just I wanted to see that the moment you hear these keywords, what actually strikes. So maximum 2 words answer, sir. Please.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. All right. Start.
Sure.
Hotel.
Of course, Radisson Blu Paschim, Vihar.
Training.
Need at least 4 to 5 training managers.
A team.
Team? I would say you always build it up.
Mobile phone.
Nuisance value with lot of making life easy. So it's makes life easy, but comes with nuisance value.
Mentor.
Many teachers, but just one guru.
Holiday.
Always looking forward.
Guest.
Like they say, Atithi Devo Bhav, and extremely. Oh, just 2 words you said. So
Designation.
byproduct.
Work.
Responsibility.
Weekly off.
Wish not there.
Done, sir. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
It was wonderful having you. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, your experience. Thank you so much for making us honored. Thank you so much.
Delightful conversation, Vikas. Thank you so much for your smile.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Very engaging, and I must say, I'm forgetting the right word, but yes, your smile did keep me very at ease.
Done, sir. Thank you
Thank you so much, Vikas.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. See you guys in the next episode. Cheers.